I can't die. I think she's gonna heal me. I don't even need to press any button, man. It's just healing me. That's a pretty chill little fight, I would say. Well, we can ignore the skulls once more, guys. Even a bunch of angry bears can't. This is a tier 100 with enraged. Here comes the blister, boys. Oh no! It does like 2k damage or something. Okay, friends. T100, get into the bubble to prevent severe outcomes. Bloop, 3k life gone. Nothing. Okay, Immortal Barb versus Uber Malphas. No, no, why did you enter? I think this guy could attack me forever. Come on. Back to full we go. We shall be feasting. Well, this big boy tries to smash us. Now we do a little strength test while he tries to smash us. Well, my friends, hey everybody, it's Rob here. Welcome to the Immortal Barbarian. Once again, this is Immortal Barbarian 2.0. I'm here in a Nightmare Dungeon, well 99, I didn't have a 100 key, I wanted to get something dangerous. We had a 99 key, we tanked Lilith, we tanked Uber Malphas, well I think we can tank everything in the game. We'll do some PvP as well. I don't think anyone can kill us. Like, this build is completely invincible, and I'm not even in injured range. Even though I do have a bunch of injured damage reduction, and these monsters are just tickling us, they're not even like getting us into that range. Even though they can when our pet is CC'd, because we have basically the pet here that heals us with the reconstruct that we buff with Genesis, tactical duration. And this one basically heals us for 125% of our maximum life every 7 seconds. So we're getting almost 20% of our life every second. And if we're getting 20% of our life every second, we are also getting 40 resources basically every second, and we're using Melted Heart. So we are completely immortal once again, utilizing these kind of effect combinations where we just, you know, the more life we lose, the more resource we get, and with Melted Heart, which makes us now completely invincible. Even though it's only at 75% efficiency, they double the efficiency of the resource drain. So our Fury never even drops an inch here in this dungeon, even though there's like a drifting shade going on and all this kind of stuff. And I'm not even having to press any buttons. Like, we actually gain even more toughness if I would press my challenging shots. And you can also obviously take the raid leader, so your shouts heal you for your maximum life. If I were to put these in, like these guys, they wouldn't do nothing. Like, and I press my shouts and keep them on cooldown, it would be completely insane. And the cool thing is, like, we still have quite some damage here, even though, like, if I'm just like one-shotting this guy, like they're still dying, right? Very easily. So you can still play this like, even as a normal build. But obviously this is just like a fun build to just you know, face tank everything and see if we can find the next pool. But yeah, that's basically the main idea of this. And yeah, you guys might have remember my Immortal Barbarian video from back in the days, last season, when the Melted Heart actually reduced your damage by 100%. Now it's 75, but that is still super insane, and basically enough to just stand in everything once your healing is going with the pet. And the only thing that can happen is sometimes your pet is CC'd. So usually the way Reconstruct works, it's supposed to trigger when you are below 80% life, when you're injured. When you're not injured, when you are not healthy, is I think the condition from my testing. And yeah, when I'm not healthy, like, the pet automatically heals us and for quite some life. And then we also have the Tempest here to gain even more resources, fortify and safeguard. So this is always up, and slowly the pet and also my thorns is killing these monsters, but that's not really a problem. And I don't know exactly what the gauntlet will be, but if it's any like sort of hard content, the Melted Heart also gives you movement speed now. And if you find the new version, it also has the max roll. They finally fixed it. And yeah, you are basically like chilling out here. And you can also combine this with Thorns. Right now I only have 1 point in Thorns here, which is my outburst. So I only have 300 Thorns damage. And this is actually enough to like slowly, when the DR guys are dead, to slowly kill all these packs here while we talk about the build guide. But yeah, it is pretty funny for sure. And it's a pretty strong. So let me go over the entire gear. So we already talked about the pet setup here. This is basically giving us all the healing. But this is only for AFK. Like if you don't want to go AFK, like, you know, chill and like talk to chat or just like, you know, make a build guide while you're like fighting a bunch of monsters. Obviously you can actually press your shouts and you can adjust that slightly. I have the planner that I'm going to be linking in the description here as well. So you can adjust it for a more active playstyle. Like if you actually, you know, want to be active and play yourself, you don't even need the pet. You can just press the shouts, but it does look so much cooler if you don't have a raid leader or any shouts active. Because I mean, especially challenging shout, with the way it works, where it gives you fury and every time you get hit, like, you know, now my life is dropping, but if I would actually like drink these, like my life would, you know, if I had raid leader, like they could never like even dream to kill me. And then you can reduce your shout cooldowns, as you guys know, with a bunch of effects. And the cool thing is like the damage of the build is still pretty insane. Here we're hitting for like 50 million. It still one-shots everything in a tier 100. You can still one-shot Lilith, you can still pretty much one-shot anything in the game. And I like to use challenging shout to like kind of like lure these guys. It's difficult sometimes. But I was trying to connect like all these packs here. Yeah, well, you see these guys are like fighting something. But yeah, even in the drifting shades or anything, like we can literally just stand in there. Okay, so let's start with the gear. So we have a Harlequin's Crest. This one is pretty nice. But you don't necessarily need it. You can also just play like any normal helm that just has armor and life and this stuff. But Shaco is very nice because you get 20% damage reduction and you also get the resource generation. Again, resources, every time a Barbarian gets hit, we generate Fury. So this is like whenever these monsters hit us, we have so much Fury generation that even though some of the damage goes to our resource pool, 75% of damage, we are out healing it completely because when they're hit, and this is without any shout, so these monsters cannot touch our fury pool at all. Like even if I'm standing in the middle here on the hardest dungeon in the game currently, we'll see when we get AOZ back. But yeah, it's basically completely impossible to die. You are generating more fury than you lose, and that's without Rallying Cry and with all your berserking buffs and with all your wrath buffs and stuff like that. So it's completely, and with all your challenging shots, so it's completely ridiculous. Like we actually could tank 200 times more damage than what is incoming here. Would be kind of my guess. So Shaco is good, but normal helm works as well. The only uber unique that you definitely need for this build is the Melted Heart of Celic, because this is basically the core mechanic that we use. We tested Lilith earlier. We're gonna have it in the intro, and you check it out. Then we have the Juggernaut's aspect. You also can play Disobedience here, but Juggernaut is fine. You probably don't even need the armor. I have a bit of overcap right now.
Rob always finds a way.
We always find a way. Armor, you just want to get 13k and then you're fine. Well, then we have the gloves here. This is just offensive. You can go defense, but like I like to, you know, still have some damage while I'm doing this. Like we're still hitting 400 million when we use our ring and our you know, all our abilities. Like we're still like hitting the monsters like easily, and they all die whenever we overpower. And we still have the Earth Striker active, so we just switch Whirlwind on dual wield, Hoda on bludgeoning, and we just like smash, and everything just dies instantly. So pretty cool. Let me actually go here in the next monster zone. Then on the pants, we're playing Iron Blood right now. This one obviously helps because our Outburst and Toughest Nails are auto-proccing the thorns. You see all these monsters here are bleeding, and so all of them basically get the damage reduction. For bleeding enemies, and then we have another 20 from bleeding enemies. And alternatively, you can obviously play Talbot's Will. If you were like not AFK and you would actively play, I would definitely recommend Talbot's Will. So this just easy like restores all your resources and stuff, so that's pretty cool as well. Then on boots, we're rocking movement speed. We become unstoppable with our Rallying Cries, with our Wrath of the Berserk, etc. Just gives us cool movement speed. Injured here is pretty nice. And yeah, just overall some res and yeah, Limitless Rage, just standard weapon, big deeps. We play Doombringer because it gives a bunch of life. You don't have to use this, you can just play an Edgemaster with a normal mace like this one and just use Edgemaster. You have some more damage, you have a bit less survivability, but again, you don't need to do what I'm doing here and just like standing AFK, right? Like you can actually You know, like just hit the fucking guys and like just kill them, right? Like you don't have to like just do nothing like I do. Then we have Grandfather. Again, this one can also be any other weapon basically. You can play elements and just have similar stats to this. I would recommend using an axe for this one if you don't have Grandfather. But yeah, Grandfather with the life obviously helps a lot, like to reach these like well, pretty crazy amounts. You can reach up to 100k if you focus fully on life. I don't have it on both my rings. I'm playing Furore, but you can use rings like this. This is the Starlight ring. Obviously, this one helps a lot keeping you alive because it basically grants you resources. I don't even think we need it at the current damage intake, but like, let's say if there's some hard endgame or some endgame content where we actually would take any damage, we can take the Starlight Loop and basically have infinite amount of resources, because whenever our pet heals us, so we are actually getting 125 divided by 7, right? So we're getting 18% life every second. And this is only because we took duration. Like if we don't take duration here, like see what happens? It heals us for 3 seconds, 125%. So 125 divided by 3, it means we are getting 41% life every second, which also means we are getting at least 40 Fury every second. And this Fury is multiplied with all our Fury generation and our resource generation. So we are essentially generating like 200 Fury every second if we want to. But we're not really using that. I chose to put duration here just to get it out over like a longer period of time to have a more consistent heal. But in hard content, you probably don't even need to do this because you can just pressure challenging shot actively. And then again, this duration technically like debuffs your life per second, right? Because 125 over 3 seconds, or with duration, it's 125 over 7 seconds. It makes it worse in terms of healing per second, but it makes it more consistent, basically. And you see this little... okay, I can't see it right now because these monsters don't even damage us enough. So in order for the pet to trigger it, you need to lose some life. Okay, you see now we have like a bond. Me and my pet, we have like this lifeline between us, and you know, like now my pet is healing me constantly, right? Like my life, like it just goes up whenever it goes down. So this is like a pretty cool synergy. And yeah, sometimes the pet can get CC'd and then it's not casting it. So that can get a bit annoying. But it's also super nice with Melted Heart, you can just click the things and they can't really interrupt you unless you're losing a certain HP threshold, which normally doesn't happen. You see, like, I'm just completely immortal here. And we're just like blasting these guys down. But yeah, it looks pretty cool, I think. It's just like us and the body here. Like we can tank everything, and like even standing in here, like in this dangerous ethics or whatever. He's a good buddy, man. Like we have a strong bond, as you can tell. And then last but not least, we have the Melted Heart. Obviously, this helps us a ton. Just getting the core mechanics started. And Ring of Red Furore, again, you can play another defensive ring here. I just like to use this ring so we can still get our crits up here, boom, and we can smash these for like 80, 100 million, like very easy. You can always choose to go a bit more offensive, especially in Paragon. Right now I'm just like very defense because I just like, you know, like to chill, not do anything. It's pretty chill. And yeah, next is like kind of the stats that we have. So you definitely want some some breakpoints, like you want max all res, 70 everywhere, you want 13k armor, 13.2k armor, and you want some damage reduction. Basically, like I have like this life, I mean, with challenging shot it's quite a lot. Normal damage reduction, and just these are the stats that I have. A big fury pool is nice, like I'm rocking like close to 300, it's very good with Melted Heart to get this kind of stuff. Again, with Tyrant's Will, we even have more than 300%. And this is a pretty cool thing. It's also a great synergy for our hammer, which basically gets 1% more damage. So this one is giving us 305% more damage to our Hoda, so we can just smash like that and kill everything. So the synergy is definitely pretty cool. And yeah, if you want an active playstyle, I definitely recommend you playing Tyrant's Will and keeping this kind of movement speed active. We also like move at the speed of light, like 200% movement speed, because we have movement speed here and here, and this just makes it like really easy to just move around the spot. Then for our skill tree, so you see here like the pet is just healing us again. So for our skill tree, we are rocking. Actually, we don't need Lunging Strike right now. I did pick some Lunging Strike. We're rocking Berserker. So we have Hammer of the Ancient maxed with Furious Hammer of the Ancients. Then we have Whirlwind. This is just to, again, we switch our weapons with that kind of stuff. And proc our Earth Striker. and this one gives us good fury back, so whenever we do the rotation, we get our fury pool back healed, and just get a bunch of resources basically. We even has like some dodge chance reduction. We have some backstabbers ethics as well. And then we have 3 in imposing, 3 in vigor, rallying cry, challenging shout, war cry, triple shouts. You can play the shout support if you want, but I'm just like playing the lazy AFK build, so I don't need this. But Red Eater is the best ideal. And then you have outburst and tough as nails. This automatically procs bleed on everything, and also adds a bit of thorns, which slowly will eat the life of the enemies. Then we're rocking aggressive resistance and prolific fury. Right now I don't have wrath active, like, so again my toughness will skyrocket if I actually choose to you know, press my shouts, because then I have more resource gen and I have more toughness and more life and everything. But yeah, this is the AFK build. So then we have 3 points in pit fighter. We have counter offensive, defensive statue. You can like see what you want to max there. You can also put points in heavy handed. Like, you don't really need this. It's another 6% DR, but might as well just take 15% damage for all your crits, right? And that makes a lot of sense. Then we have weapon switch for healing. This healing doesn't really proc with the melted heart, so this is the change that they did. Whenever our melted heart spends our resources, it does not count towards the effect of invigorating fury or warbringer. So you need another source of healing and another source of fortify. So this is where our pet comes in basically. We went over it already. We get healing, we get fortify. This is like the change that they did with the melted heart, because it was too overpowered for the immortal builds, but yet here we are completely immortal again, so that's pretty cool in the end. But yeah, that's the skill tree basically. As a final thing, we have the Wrath and we have the Unconstrained just for big DPS. And this one also just helps to spend a lot of fury and get our red furor and get our warbringer up anyways if we're actively playing. Like, we have infinite fortify. And we have infinite healing as well. Like, you see, if I'm just spinning myself, like, I'm already getting life back, right? So yeah. Paragon, we went pretty defensively right now. I took all the life percent nodes. Like, what you can do is just search for life. You can take all the life nodes. But you don't have to do this. We have exploit for vulnerable. And then we have all the fury nodes. We also took this one here for fire res and life. Then we have pressure for 1.3 multiplier. We have Ira here for berserking damage. We have weapons master. You can also spec into carnage here. I just didn't do it right now. Like just leave up some life. It's just like not needed. Oh, now everything is dead. Great. And I mean, our pet is also killing these actually. It's gonna deal like at least some damage, because we have a pretty high sheet if we want to. And we can get to some pretty crazy amounts here, 110k, whatever. We can even get to 1 million if we really want the right setup. Okay, yeah. Let's find some more monsters here to explain the rest. And then we go back in our Paragon board. We have Weapon Master for switching. And then up here we have Decimator. I took the life nodes here as well. Like, you don't necessarily need these. You can just put some more in Dominate if you want some more damage. You can populate all the willpower nodes here. Just to get some more DPS basically. And yeah, that's pretty much the board. I have everything here in a planner as well. Full overview. We're gonna have a lot more video footage here of all the stuff. And yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, if there's anything else you can think of that I can try to tank. We tanked Lilith, we tanked Uber Malphas, we tanked Nightmare Dungeon 100. I'm still looking for a Butcher and Son of Malphas. Maybe we'll get it into the video, we'll see. But yeah, that's basically the overview here. Immortal Barb 2.0. This is more like a fun slash meme build. We'll also try some PvP actually. Like, you can try this one in PvP, I guess. It's gonna be pretty funny, to say the least. And yeah, I mean, the build is still really strong, like just killing everything here in one shot. And yeah, like you can just, you know, play to your liking and still crush the 100 very fast without breaking a sweat. And you know, if you want to go AFK in the middle of the run, you can do that. You want to take a bite or take a phone call or whatever, you can always do that, like just in the middle of the run where you're standing. You can kill, you can tank the boss, you can tank anything. But yeah, I just wanted to bring you this fun Immortal Barb 2.0. Maybe we'll make some other Immortal builds. I'm not really sure if this is going to be good for the Gauntlet, but it's certainly pretty fun. And I mean, Melted Heart like allows you to move around the map pretty fast, so I think that's pretty cool. Well, yeah, for hardcore, for example, it would be very cool to have a build like this, because yeah, you literally can't die. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, my friends, and I will see you soon. Take care. GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.